Well, thanks for joining us this afternoon. A little bit of a delayed broadcast between the Trojans of Trinity International University and the Fighting Saints of St. Francis. Saints, this is considered a home game here at Standard Bank Stadium. Turf issues still at Route 66 Stadium. They're now projected to put in the turf starting on Monday of next week. Starting lineup for the Saints this afternoon, leading things off in right field, it's Travis Schoonover. Batting second, the center fielder, Pat Mahalik. Hitting third, the shortstop, Kevin Mampy. Batting fourth, Tony Farron, the first baseman. Hitting fifth, Kevin Rada, the catcher. Batting sixth and playing left field, Sean Harper. Hitting seventh, the designated hitter and pitcher, Michael Queerum. And batting eighth, the second baseman, John Reardon. And hitting ninth and playing third base, Noah Carraro. There's a stolen base attempt by Farron, and he gets the second following the one-out walk. So Farron in scoring position. Saints had a runner in scoring position in the last inning. But then the starting pitcher, Blake Matheny, got out of it with a strikeout of Pat Mahalik. 1-0 count here to Rada. He takes a ball upstairs, make it 2-0. No runs, just one hit, no errors for Trinity International. No runs, one hit, no errors for the Saints. Again, bottom of the fourth. Matheny looks back, now delivers. Shot down the third base line, but goes foul. And now it's 2-1. There have not been many base runners this afternoon. A very cold, raw afternoon. But the sun has come out on occasion. Here's the 2-1 pitch, swung on and missed, strike two. Kevin Rada reaching a little bit on that one. Saints on the season, 13-17 overall, 7-4 in league play. Trinity International still seeking its first victory, both overall and in league play. They are 0-26 and 0-13 in the conference. Here's the 2-2 pitch, swung on, lifted up in the air. Second baseman goes back a little bit out into the outfield grass and makes the catch. That's Sam Willis. So now there are two outs with a runner in scoring position. That'll bring up Sean Harper, the left fielder for the Saints. Harper on the season, hitting .255. And he's driven in 9 runs this year. See if he can push that into double digits. With Anthony Farron at second. Here's the first pitch, inside, low, ball one. Give you the starting lineup for Trinity International in the top half of the 5th inning. Here's the pitch, swung on over to the shortstop. He comes in, throws over to first. It's in the dirt and gets away all the way down the right field line. Farron's going to come around to score, and Harper is at second, and the Saints are on the board on an unearned run here in the bottom of the 4th inning. So the Saints catch a break, and they'll take advantage of it, putting the first run on the board here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Now here's Michael Queerum. Opportunity to help himself. Both the DH and the pitcher swung on down the left field line. That's going to go for extra bases. Here's Harper around third. Left fielder going to throw it in, and Queerum is going to make the wide turn but head back to first. But he's got himself an RBI single. The Saints are up 2-0. So the Saints scoring 2 runs here in the bottom of the 4th to take a 2-0 lead And that'll bring up John Reardon, the second baseman. Believe we're going to have a pinch runner for the Saints here. We are. It's going to be Aaron Mahalik. Aaron, a freshman from Lincoln Way Central High School. Again, Quirum, both the designated hitter and the pitcher, so you can have a courtesy runner for him, as well as for the catcher, Kevin Rada. Going to peel over to third, and the home plate umpire says he was safe. Did touch the bag. That was Harper coming around third that they were questioning. So Aaron Mahalik at first, John Reardon at the plate. Matheny looks in, now delivers that one low in the dirt, but a good job by the catcher, Mike Luker, of blocking the ball and keeping it in front of him, keeping Aaron Mahalik at first base. Matheny throws over to first. Mahalik back in. Like to say he got his uniform a little bit dirty on that one, but this is an artificial surface all the way around, from grass, fake grass, to fake dirt. So it makes it easier to do the wash after the game. Here's the 1-1 pitch from Matheny. Looks over the runner, now throws. And that one a little bit low and outside for ball two. Saints looking to get back on track after tough weekend last Friday and Saturday. Here's the pitch in the dirt. Mahalik goes to second on the wild pitch. Makes it 3-1. Yeah, the Saints had an opportunity to sweep Robert Morris. They had late leads, both in the first game on Friday and a 3-1 advantage on Saturday, but gave up 2 runs in the 7th inning. Here's the pitch, ball 4 to Reardon, so runners at first and second now for the Saints. Gave up 2 runs in the 7th in that first game on Friday before coming back with a resounding 12-2 win. Then had a 3-1 lead in the bottom of the 9th against Robert Morris. Gave that one up with 3 runs in the bottom of the 9th. As the pitch swung on, drilled right into the ground in front of the catcher. Picks up the foul ball, throws it back to Matheny. So yeah, the Saints could have been 9-2. That would have put them a half game behind Judson. Instead, they're bottlenecked in that number, let's see what it would be, 5th spot right now, but not much of a separation. Everybody from the number 2 spot to the number 5 spot, where the Saints are at, all have 4 losses. Roosevelt is 10-4. St. Xavier's 10-4. Robert Morris, Illinois is 9-4. Here's the pitch swung on, fouled straight back. Olivet Nazarene and St. Francis are both tied at 7-4. They'll play each other in a 3-game weekend series starting on Friday, and then a double header back here at Standard Bank Stadium on Saturday. Here's the pitch taken upstairs for ball 1. 1-2, 2 outs. Runners at first and second for Noah Carraro, the freshman third baseman. Pitch swung on right up the middle, but Matheny reaches up with his glove and throws to first for the out. But the Saints do some damage in the bottom of the 4th. They take a 2-0 lead on 2 unearned runs. They leave a pair. We head to the top of the 5th inning. It's the Saints 2, Trinity International 0. Back here at Standard Bank Stadium in Crestwood, Illinois. Dave Laquetta, welcome. Let's give you the lineup for Trinity International as we begin the top of the 5th inning. Matt Latimer is in left field. He's the leadoff batter. Hitting second is the shortstop, Luis Enriquez. Hitting third, the first baseman, Michael Balistreri. This is pitch taken for a strike. Hitting fourth is the third baseman, Matt Pearson. Batting fifth, the right fielder, Zach Rentner. Hitting sixth, the catcher, Mike Luker. Batting seventh, the second baseman, Sam Willis. Hitting eighth, the designated hitter, Gio Ledesma. And batting ninth is the center fielder, Julius Torres. Blake Matheny is on the mound for the Trojans as the first batter, Zach Rentner, it's called out on strikes. Quirm has only given up one hit through the first 4 1/3 innings. Gave up a single to the second batter, Luis Enriquez. And since then, has retired 12 in a row. Make it 13 if we get a good throw here from Carraro. We do, and quickly there's 2 outs here in the top of the 5th inning.
Number 16, Sam Willis.
So here's Sam Willis, the second baseman. Willis grounded out 5-3 the first time up. That was back in the second inning. Willis on the season hitting .242. The 0-1 pitch swung on, tapped foul back behind the plate, and it's 0-2. Started this afternoon's contest a little bit before 3:30, and we have motored through the first 4 innings. Here's the pitch, just missed up high, so it's 1-2 now. Michael Quirm on the mound. Quirm looking for his 3rd win of the season. He's 2-1 with a 3.76 earned run average. And here's the pitch called strike 3. We're going to say Rada tagged him on the back, so no need to throw down to first base. And we head to the bottom of the 5th. Saints on top, 2-0 over Trinity International in this Chicagoland Collegiate Athletic Conference. You're listening and watching on the USF Sports Network. Bottom of the 5th inning for the Saints, and they'll have the top of the order. Travis Schoonover, the right fielder. First pitch is taken for a strike. Schoonover 0 for 1. He's hit by a pitch back in the 3rd inning, flied out in the 1st. Matheny's pitch swung on, hit in the air, left side in foul territory, just next to the coach's box, and the third baseman, Matt Pearson, puts it away for the first out here in the bottom of the 5th inning. That will bring up Pat Mahalik, the center fielder for the Saints this afternoon. First pitch taken for a called strike. Pat's seen time. Left field, center field, and right field this year. Faced with a 1-1 count here from Blake Matheny. Swung on down the right side and goes foul at the last second just before it goes over the first base bag. So it's a foul ball, 1-2. Correction, make it 0-2. Kevin Mampy in the on-deck circle. It's the 0-2 pitch. That one outside as the catcher Mike Luker set up there, and that's exactly where Matheny delivered. One-two pitch, swung on, fouled straight back. The wind appears to be blowing out of the north this afternoon, as we see the flags in right center field, just to the right of the scoreboard. Here's the pitch swung on, line drive left field. It's going to drop in front of the left fielder, Matt Latimer. Mahalik's going to try for 2, and he is safe. Close play at second base, but Mahalik got his left hand in. And for Pat Mahalik, that is his 5th double of the season. And the third hit this afternoon for the Saints, second for Mahalik. He had a single and a stolen base back in the first inning. Here's the pitch by Matheny, fouled off by Kevin Mampy. His first pitch to Mampy, 1 out, runner at second base. Mampy, a right-handed batter. Here's the pitch swung on and missed. Got fooled by that one as Matheny took a little bit off on that play. So Mampy in the hole, 0-2. Swung on, fouled straight back, and this one goes over the netting behind home plate. Few diehard fans out at the ballpark this afternoon. Temperatures hovering around the freezing mark. We did see some snow flurries early in the contest. There's the 0-2 pitch from Matheny. This one's taken high for a ball, and it's 1-2. Saints got their 2 runs in the last inning. Both were unearned. Saints took advantage of an error by the shortstop, Luis Enriquez. Here's the pitch swung on, drilled to left field, and that is going to be caught at the warning track by the left fielder, Matt Latimer. Thought that one was going to go a little bit farther, but again, as we just mentioned, that wind blowing both out of the north and the west, and Mampy sort of can't believe that the ball didn't go farther than just in front of the warning track. But again, it was straight into the teeth of that northerly wind that's blowing on occasion from about 15 to 20 miles an hour. First pitch to Anthony Farron is taken for a ball. Again, Pat Mahalik still at second base. As the pitch swung on, fouled straight back. Farron 0 for 1. He provided the Saints' first run. He walked and then stole a base and then scored on the throwing error. 1-1 pitch, taken outside for a ball, 2-1. Farron on the season, the third leading hitter, batting .352. Top four Saints all bunched together. Just 9 points separates the top four hitters for USF. This pitch taken down low. Mampy leads the way with his .356 average. Schoonover just behind at .355. Anthony Farron at .352. And Michael Querum at .347. Here's the pitch chopped in front of the plate. Matheny, the pitcher, goes to his right off the mound, throws to first for the out, and the Saints are retired here in the bottom of the fifth inning. No runs, one hit, no errors. Pat Mahalik is stranded on second base after a one-out walk. We head to the top of the sixth. It's the Saints 2, Trinity International nothing. You're listening and watching Fighting Saints Baseball on the USF Sports Network. Top of the sixth inning here at Standard Bank Stadium in a very quickly played contest between the Saints and Trinity International, Chicagoland Collegiate Athletic Conference matchup. The first of three games between these two teams. However, the next two will not be until April 24th. That's a doubleheader at Trinity International up in Deerfield. All games this year in the CCAC are three-game sets. Now that there are 11 members in the conference that play baseball, here's the pitch swung on to center field. Pat Mahalik underneath it and makes the catch for the first out here in the top of the sixth inning.
Number 2, Julius Torres.
So Julius Torres steps in, the center fielder and number 9 hitter for Trinity International. Grounded out back to Anthony Farron in the third inning. That was his only at bat so far this afternoon. Torres batting .225 on the season. Pitch called, strike 2. 15 in a row retired by Michael Quorum. Quorum won his last start as well, 12-2. That was the Robert Morris game that we were talking about earlier. As the sun peeks back out, here's the pitch swung on. Foul territory. Quorum coming over to make the catch, and he does. And that'll be out number 2 here in the top of the sixth inning. Quorum, when he's not pitching, is usually at third base, so That was an easy play for him along that right side. He just told Noah Carraro, who's playing third base this afternoon, hey, I've got this one. Made it look easy. Here's the pitch swung on. Carraro will take this one. A tricky hop, throws over to first in time. And the side is retired in order here in the top of the 6th inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on base for the Trojans. We head to the bottom of the 6th. It's the Saints 2, Trinity International 0. Bottom of the 6th inning back here in Crestwood, Illinois. I guess we can call this the home opener for the Saints here at Standard Bank Stadium, since this might be the first of 4 dates that the Saints will be here, depending upon the turf at Route 66 Stadium. Here's the pitch swung on the first pitch, hit to the third baseman. Goes out of his glove and picks it up and throws over to first. Mike Balistrieri on the back end of that for the first out here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Give you an update when we have a chance on the latest in the turf saga at Route 66 Stadium. Just the pitch taken a little bit outside for a ball. Matheny came into this game 0-2 with a 22.5 ERA, but has pitched well so far this afternoon. Actually, he hasn't given up an earned run. Both runs scored in the 4th inning were unearned. Otherwise, it would be a tie ball game right now. Sean Harper takes one outside. Makes the count 2-1. 2-1 pitch is taken down low for 3-1. Harper on the day, 0 for 2, but he did reach that second time on the air, and that led to the first Saints run of the game. Here's the pitch swung on, foul down the third base line. Good grab by the head coach, Brian Mahalik. All bundled up down that third base line, got the gloves on this afternoon. Big question is, will it ever warm up this spring? 3-2 inside, ball 4. So Harper is on with one out here in the bottom of the 6th inning.
The pitcher, number 16, Michael Guerrero.
Yeah, I was actually thinking about it this morning. Can't remember if Punxsutawney Phil saw his shadow or not, but even if there was 6 more weeks of winter, that was way back on February 2nd. It's April 4th now, so that's 8 weeks. So let's go, Mother Nature. First pitch to Quirm, taken for a called strike on the outside corner. Quirm drove in a run before with a shot down the third base line. Thought he might be able to get into second base, but Matt Latimer, the left fielder, got the ball in quickly, and Quirm made the hard turn, but stayed at first base, settled for the RBI single. Quorum also helped himself last week in the win over Robert Morris. I believe he had 3 hits and a pair of RBIs. Here's the pitch, low and in the dirt, goes underneath the catcher's legs, and Harper is going to move to second base with a count of 1-2 and only 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Quorum an opportunity similar to that 4th inning when Harper was at second base following the error. Quorum ripped that shot down the third base line. Sun peeking out again here at Standard Bank Stadium. This one taken inside for a ball. Evens the count at 2-2. See the shadow lines starting to approach that third base line. It's the 2-2 pitch. Swung on, fouled right side into the net. Standard Bank Stadium. I believe we were wondering this earlier today. I think it seats in the 1,500 to 2,000 range. 2-2 pitch. Swung on, fouled off again right side. Won't be long till Frontier League Baseball is here. Windy City Thunderbolts, part of the Frontier League, along with the Joliet Slammers. There's the pitch swung on, hit up the middle. The shortstop, Enrique Hernandez, there and makes the throw over to first for the second out. I meant to say Luis Enriquez, the shortstop for Trinity International. Still have Enrique Hernandez on my mind from when the Dodgers took care of business against the Cubs in the National League Championship Series last year. This pitch taken for a called strike to John Reardon with a runner at third base and 2 outs. Matheny delivers quickly. Called strike 2, and it's 0-2. Reardon looking for his 3rd RBI of the season. And I believe he'll get it. This one's in the gap between center and right, and it's going to go all the way to the wall. Reardon around second. He's going to try for third, and he's going to be at third base with a stand-up triple, and the Saints add to their lead with the RBI triple by John Reardon. Saints now lead it 3-0. Nice piece of hitting by Reardon going the opposite way. Reardon's 6th hit of the season, 1st extra base hit, and it couldn't come at a better time. 4th hit of the afternoon for the Saints. Here's Noah Carraro, the freshman 3rd baseman. One-0 delivery from Matheny. Swung on, hit over to the shortstop. Enriquez throws in the dirt, but nice job of picking it clean was Mike Balistreri at first base. And the Saints are retired, but not before they pick up a run on a RBI triple by John Reardon. We head to the top of the 7th. It's the Saints 3, Trinity International 0. Top of the 7th inning in Crestwood, Illinois this afternoon. Michael Quirm working on a string of 17 batters in a row that he's retired. He's allowed only one hit. That came to the second batter of the game. And that is the same individual who steps to the plate now, Luis Enriquez. Enriquez takes outside to even the count at 1-1. Enriquez called out on strikes in the 4th inning in his other at-bat, so he's 1 for 2. Again, that was the last man to reach base. Here's the pitch swung on over to the shortstop. Mampy throws over to first base for the easy out. First out here in the top of the 7th inning. Saints defensively around the horn. Anthony Farron, the first baseman. Over at second is John Reardon. The shortstop is Kevin Mampy. Here's the pitch swung on. Low chopper over the right side. Reardon's got to get rid of it. Quickly does. Underhand toss to Anthony Farron for the second out. There are now quickly 2 outs here in the top of the 7th inning. Shortstop, as we mentioned, was Kevin Mampy. Over at third, Noah Carraro. In the outfield from left to right, it's Sean Harper, Pat Mahalik, and Travis Schoonover. Behind the plate, it's Kevin Arana and Michael Quorum on the mound. Pitch taken for a called strike. If you were looking to head out to the Inwood Softball Complex later on tonight, that's a no-go, as Cardinal Stritch was scheduled to come down for a doubleheader against the Saints starting at 5 o'clock this afternoon. Due to the cold weather, that game is going to be pushed to Sunday afternoon. Here's the pitch swung on, up the middle for a base hit. And Quirm's string of 19 consecutive batters is wiped out by an infield or by a single up the middle by Matt Pearson, the third baseman. So Quirm will look to get the third out here, and no more damage done as he takes something off that pitch, and Zach Rentner swings right through it. 0-1 pitch, swung on, fouled, as Rentner got one on the inside portion of the plate, and that one stung a little bit. He looked at his hands right after he fouled it off. Quirm throws over to first, and Pearson dives back in. Saints in the first base dugout here at Standard Bank Stadium. Trinity International in the third base dugout. Here's a line drive. Getting away from the center fielder, Pat Mahalik, is going to drop for a single. And Pearson is going to go to third on the play. Rentner stays at first, as that one was tailing away from Pat Mahalik, the center fielder for the Saints. And now after 2 quick outs, Trinity International has put together a pair of hits. And for the first time this afternoon, the Trojans have a runner in scoring position. It'll be Mike Luker, the catcher, looking to drive the first Trojan run in of the afternoon. Luker on the season only has driven in 5 runs this year. Batting .224. Pitch swung on and missed for strike 2. The Trojans have only scored 60 runs this year. They've played 26 games. The Saints have played 4 more games. They've played 30. They've scored 186 runs. As Trinity International is retired here on the at bat by Luker. And we head to the bottom of the 7th inning, and the Saints lead it 3-0. Back with more in a minute. New pitcher for Trinity International as we head to the bottom of the 7th inning. It's actually the designated hitter, Gio Ledesma. So the Trojans lose the designated hitter, and Blake Matheny is out of the game after allowing 3 runs, only one of which was earned. That was in the last inning on the John Reardon RBI triple. First pitch by Ledesma is a ball. And the catcher, Mike Luker, throws it over Ledesma's head on the return. Shortstop Enriquez has to pick it up. Here's the pitch swung on, popped in the air. Right center field. Center fielder meanders over that way for the first out here in the bottom of the 7th inning. That was Travis Schoonover.
Now batting, number 10, Pat Mahalik.
So Schoonover with a couple fly balls this afternoon, 0 for 3 with the walk. There's Pat Mahalik, who has half of the Saints' hits. He's got a single and a double. Saints have 4 hits this afternoon. Trinity International has 3. Mahalik takes the first pitch for a ball. This one a little bit inside, so make it 2-0 to the senior center fielder, Pat Mahalik. 2-0 pitch swung on, popped in the air, left field. Left fielder and center fielder come over, but the left fielder, Matt Latimer, takes it. And there are 2 quick outs here in the bottom of the 7th inning.
The shortstop, number 17, Kevin Mampey.
Sure heard in the background, Luke Tanaka, the public address announcer this afternoon. Calling up Kevin Mampey, the 3rd hitter in the lineup for the Saints, as the first pitch is taken for a called strike. Mampey 0 for 3 this afternoon. Again, came into today as the Saints' leading hitter by just 1 point. 356 for Mampey, 355 for Travis Schoonover. The 0-1 pitch. This one taken for a ball low. Michael Quorum in that pack as well, and he's 1 for 3 today. He might jump ahead of those 2. Mampey or Schoonover don't get a hit here. He's at 347. This one taken low and inside. Anthony Farron there as well. Farron today is 0 for 2 with a walk. Mampey takes down low, and it's 3-1 now. Mampey 4th on the team in runs batted in, tied for 1st in home runs with 5 as this pitch is swung on. Line drive to the center fielder. Went back at first, comes back in now, and Julius Torres makes the catch for the third out here in the bottom of the 7th inning. So 1-2-3 inning for Ledesma, and we head to the 8th inning. It's the Saints 3, Trinity International nothing. Top of the 8th inning, the sun back out here at Standard Bank Stadium. First pitch taken for a called strike to Sam Willis, the second baseman. Willis 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a ground out to the third baseman, Noah Carraro. Wind howling straight out from the west right now. Right in the face of the right fielder for the Saints. Travis Schoonover, as he's wearing the ski mask. Got 1, 2, 3 Saints wearing ski masks this afternoon. There's the pitch swung on, foul to the left side. Anthony Farron has one over at first base. Kevin Mampy, the shortstop, and Travis Schoonover on right field. Again, temperatures hovering right around the freezing mark. This pitch swung on and missed, actually fouled right at the plate. Gets away from the catcher, Kevin Rada. Couple Saints wearing ski masks in the dugout as well, as this ball is popped up. John Reardon underneath it, right at second base for the first out here in the top of the 8th inning. Well, if Major League Baseball is looking for a way to get games to be a little bit quicker, all they have to do is come and watch small college baseball, because these guys just take care of business. Even on some high-scoring games, the games tend to run very quickly. We started probably about 3:20 today. It's only 4:48, so what, about an hour and a half? And we're already in the top of the 8th inning. This pitch taken for a ball upstairs, 2-0 to the batter, Gio Ledesma. Started as the designated hitter and just came in last half inning to pitch. Fouls this one down the left field line, out of play. Count now 2-1. A lot of the Saints, to stay warm, a lot of the Saint fans, I should say, to stay warm, are walking back and forth around the concourse while taking in the game this afternoon. Here's the pitch swung on, popped up straight right behind us, and right into the net. And it stays at the top of the net at that apex between the angle and where it comes straight down, right behind home plate. Two-two count to Ledesma. Did he go? He did not. Looked like he was trying to reach but held back in time. So it'll be a 3-2 count to Gio Ledesma with Michael Querum on the mound. Querum working on his first shutout of the season. Pitch swung on. Left side, Noah Carraro there. Throws over to first for the out. There's 2 outs here in the top of the 8th inning.
Now batting number 2, Julius Torres.
Julius Torres, the number 9 hitter. Torres 0 for 2 on the season, hitting .225. I stand to be corrected. Coming into the game, I had mentioned Trinity International had scored only 60 runs. Actually, they had scored 72. I was looking at their RBI category, not their run total. So they have 72 runs. The Saints with 186 on the season. That's why the Trojans have struggled here in the 2018 campaign. 1-1 pitch to Torres. Swung on, right side. Farron with the diving stop, and Quorum gets over in time. Nice play by the junior first baseman, Anthony Farron. And a nice job by Michael Quorum of getting over in time. And Trinity International is retired in order here in the top of the 8th inning. We head to the bottom of the 8th. It's all Saints 3-0 over the Trojans. You're listening and watching Fighting Saints Baseball on the USF Sports Network.
Leading off the bottom of the 8th for St. Francis, number 27.
Saints looking to register their second shutout of the season. Currently lead Trinity International 3-0. Their only other shutout also was a conference game that came back on March 14th. Season opener, I should say the home opener for the Saints, and the conference opener, the second game of a twin bill against Calumet St. Joseph. 1-0 count here to Anthony Farron after he makes the great stop in the top half of the inning. Farron, the first baseman for the Saints, wasn't sure if he was going to let it go to Reardon. The last second decided to dive for it, made the stop, and then threw to a running Michael Quorum down that first base line. So a real good play defensively, and then a solid throw by Farron to get the third out in the top of the 8th inning. 2-2 count to Farron now. Ledesma looks in for the sign. Now delivers. And when taken low and outside for ball 3. It looks like Ledesma struggling a little bit on the mound as he finishes his approach, steps off to the right side, and actually slipped a couple times. Farron's called out on strikes. That time Ledesma looked all right, maybe made the adjustment.
The catcher, number 26, Kevin Rada.
He was tailing off towards the right side a couple times. Touches the near part of the rubber as this pitch is fouled off to the right side by the number 5 hitter Kevin Rada, the number 2 batter this inning. This one hits Rada, and he'll take his base. Second time a Saint has been hit this afternoon. The other time was Travis Schoonover back in the third inning by the starting pitcher, Blake Matheny. So Rada heads down to first, touches the bag, and Saints then bring in a courtesy runner. It's Antonio Gutierrez, freshman from Plainfield South High School, Plainfield, Illinois. Steve Morissette, one of the business professors at the university, in attendance this afternoon, braving the elements. Kudos to him, along with the other handful of fans that made it out this afternoon. Good job of running by Gutierrez. Saw the ball in the dirt and scooted down to second base in scoring position with one out here in the bottom of the 8th inning, and the Saints leading 3-0. So an RBI opportunity here for Harper. Harper batting in the number 6 spot this afternoon, playing left field. He's 0 for 2 with a run scored and a walk. He also has been in scoring position a couple times, and again came away with that 1 run in the 2-run 4th inning, both of which were unearned. 2-0 pitch swung on. That's going to drop into center field. No, it's going to hang up, and the center fielder makes the play and then throws to the infield where the second baseman, Sam Willis, is standing by for the 3rd out of the inning. So a double play to end the bottom of the 8th inning. We head to the 9th. The Saints looking to complete the shutout here this afternoon at Standard Bank Stadium. You're following Fighting Saints baseball on the USF Sports Network. Top of the 9th inning here at Standard Bank Stadium in Crestwood, Illinois. The home opener for the Saints here at Standard Bank Stadium. This will be one of possibly 4 dates that the Saints will call Standard Bank Stadium home. They'll do it again on Saturday when they face Olivet Nazarene in a doubleheader. Again, the Saints waiting to get that turf in at Route 66 Stadium. The latest is that the turf will start to be installed on Monday. They had some issues in regards to whether the gravel base was correct because there was some standing water in some spots on the field, but I guess it was in one of the drainage areas. And from what I've been told, they had a similar problem at University of Notre Dame, which also has field turf. Not sure how they resolved it at Notre Dame, but whatever they did there, I believe they're going to, I assume they're going to do the same thing at Route 66 Stadium, as the second pitch from Quorum is hit right back to him for the first out here in the top of the 9th inning. Yeah, so because of the freeze, that's why in this one certain spot there was water that was not receding as quickly as you would expect with these turf fields. And I guess they finally solved the issue of this one drain area. And so now The latest I was told this afternoon was that they are going to start the turf installation on Monday. But again, we've heard that the last 2 Mondays. So we'll just keep our fingers crossed. Hope that gets done, and an opportunity for the Saints to play at their real home, Route 66 Stadium, especially for the seniors. That's who you feel the worst for. Guys who've been with the program for 4 years. In their senior year, they've been all over the place to play home games. Here's the pitch swung on, line drive to Noah Carraro. He reaches over to the right side to make the catch for the second out here in the 9th inning. Yeah, so you think about those, especially the 4-year players, Kevin Mampy, Pat Mahalik, a couple of the others. Tom Smith was a junior college transfer. Matt Kramer, Nick Dabrowski was a transfer. Here's the pitch swung on. Left field. Left fielder Sean Harper goes out to make the play, and that retires the side. A very rapidly played 9 innings this afternoon. It is straight up 5 o'clock. And this contest between the Trojans of Trinity International University and the Fighting Saints is over. Saints win it 3-0. They get 4 hits. Trojans just 3 hits. We'll take a short break and give you the recap of this contest this afternoon. A 3-0 Saints victory. Back with more in a minute. Dave Laquetta back here at Standard Bank Stadium, where the Saints win it 3-0. They push across 2 runs in the 4th inning, both unearned, and 1 more in the 6th, and win it 3-0 as Michael Quorum gets his 2nd complete game victory of the season and his first shutout of the year. Again, he allows only 3 hits. He had retired at one time, 19 in a row. Let's recap this one real quickly. On the Trinity International side, there are only 3 hits. The one came in the 2nd inning by Luis, or in the 1st inning, the second batter, Luis Enriquez. And then with 2 outs in the 7th inning, Matt Pearson, the 3rd baseman, broke up a string of 19 consecutive outs by Michael Quorum with a single. And then he wound up going to 3rd on another single by Zach Rentner before Quorum got Mike Luker to strike out with 2 outs again in the 7th inning. And then he got 3, the rest of the outs, the last 7 batters. So he retired 26 of the final 28 batters with 5 strikeouts, no walks, and only 3 batters reaching base, and only 1 getting as far as 3rd base, only 1 in scoring position. For the Saints, meanwhile, they were limited to 1 hit as well through the first 4+ innings. 3 1/3, I should say, or 3 2/3. The only hit they had up until that point was also by their number 2 hitter, Pat Mahalik, who singled and stole a base in the 1st inning but was stranded. The Saints in the 4th inning, Anthony Farron got a 1-out walk. And then after a pop-up by Kevin Rada, Farron stole 2nd base and then scored on a throwing error by the shortstop, Luis Enriquez, on a batted ball by Sean Harper. So Harper was at 2nd base. Farron made it 1-0. And then Michael Quorum, the starting pitcher, helped himself out with an RBI single down the left field line with Harper scoring. That made it 2-0 after 4 innings for the Saints. Saints added one more run in the 6th inning. Again, after 2 were outs. This time it was John Reardon who picked up his 3rd RBI of the season and his first triple of the year with an RBI to drive in Sean Harper with Harper's 2nd run of the afternoon. So he scored 2 of the Saints' 3 runs. Harper got on with a 1-out walk, went to 2nd on a pass ball, moved over to 3rd on a ground out by Michael Quirm, and then scored on the RBI triple by John Reardon. And that was the scoring for the Saints this afternoon, who only had 4 hits themselves. Blake Matheny and Gio Ledesma limited the Saints to the 4 hits. Pat Mahalik had 2 of those, a single and a double. Michael Quirm, one of the other 2 hits. He had the RBI single in the 4th, and as we mentioned just a little bit ago, John Reardon with the other hit, the RBI triple in the 6th inning. So the Saints improved to 14-17 overall, 8-4 in league play, while Trinity International falls to 0-27, 0-14. So the Saints will head to Olivet Nazarene on Friday as they take on the Tigers in another conference game beginning at 3:30 p.m. Then they'll be right back here on Saturday to take on Olivet Nazarene in a doubleheader as part of that 3-game weekend set between the Tigers and the Saints. So that will do it from Standard Bank Stadium this afternoon. Our thanks to Luke Tanaka and Mike Verschaves, who's running everything here at Standard Bank Stadium. We thank them for allowing us to use their facilities this afternoon and throughout the remainder of the month. Again, for Luke and Mike and the rest of the Fighting Saints baseball squad, this is Dave Lacetta signing off from Standard Bank Stadium in Crestwood, Illinois, where the Saints win it this afternoon 3-0. So long, everybody.